Yo, what's good, fellas? I seen this video and I was like, you know what? This will be a funny video to react to. Not because I don't already know that Boruto pretty much wipes out most of, if not all of Shippuden. But I am interested into seeing how he matches up with them and how his attacks could give him the edge over his opponents. Now, of course, I think he's only going to like put him up against like the late game villains like Ten Tails Obito, Ten Tails Madara, Naruto, Sasuke, Kaguya, because anybody else, it wouldn't even make any sense. Probably 8 Gates guy too, you know, just throw him in there for fun, even though they get washed. But as you guys know, if you're new to the channel, feel free to drop a like, comment, subscribe, because we're here all week. But anyway, 6, his channel link will be down in the description below. As usual, if you leave a like on this video, gotta leave a like on that video, bro. I don't make the rules. Well, actually I do, but you get me. Let's get into the video.
Boruto, after his 3-year time skip, has reached a level of power where he's almost unmatched.
And by the way, this video is like 15-16 minutes long, so I'm gonna try to keep it under a half an hour. No promises, but we're gonna do a pause limit. We're gonna do a pause limit of like 4 pause limits, maybe 5. Maybe 5, you know, I'm not gonna go over 5, but if I go over 5, y'all gotta call me out in the comment section, sadly. I'm gonna try not to.
Maybe. In terms of who he can be put up against. From his dismantling of code and just his base form with little to no difficulty.
Base form, and he had his karma activated. Straight dogged
It's
him.
pretty apparent Boruto is one of the strongest now. But does Boruto's strength hold up?
Nah, that's cold. That's cold. Nah, that's a cold. Yo, hold on. Somebody send me that. That's gonna be my new wallpaper. I'm dead ass. Somebody send me that. Oh, that was 1 pause. That don't count. Oh, that don't count.
Every single character in Naruto Part 1 and Naruto Shippuden.
All right.
I think it's an interesting.
All right, let's look at this real quick. All right, let's see. No diff, negative diff, low diff. I can't. All right. If I stop. Let's go. I'm not gonna sit here and do this.
To discuss because of the new jutsu Boruto has been showing to us, like his Rasengan Uzuheiko, or the fact he just debuted that he knows the flying Raijin jutsu, albeit he does admit he's worse at it than Minato. But that being said, we could jump straight into the video. Before we begin, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Naruto versus Boruto matchups like this.
I mean, he's worse at it, meaning like he can't do it as fast as Minato. You know, it's just gonna take him longer to teleport to different places. He probably can't put as much seals on people as well. Like Minato, maybe his limit for seals is like maybe like 15, 20. Let's just say, for an example, Boruto's will be like 7, and it'll take him longer to do it. So as time goes on, he's gonna get better. They probably take him like a few more chapters to get better. Him just keep using it, adapting to it. But of course, he's not using the argument since he's not good at flying Raijin. Minato is somehow stronger than Boruto. Now, I'm not pretty sure he's not saying that. He's just making that a point. But him not being good at flying Raijin, or not, let's say not good, well, not better than Minato, that doesn't mean anything in a situation like this.
This one. For the sake of saving everyone's time and not keeping myself here for upwards of 3 hours, talking about Boruto versus every single character in Naruto,
yeah, like I said,
in a 1v1 is probably just not time efficient. There is also a
pretty dumb
level
too,
where you can probably beat the rest of the Naruto verse at. And that's Ten Tails level, or I guess you could say Ten Tails Jinchuriki.
Yeah, I was right. He's just gonna put him against like Ten Tails Madara and Obito.
So far above
it's the only way
that it takes the entire cast working together to pull the tailed beast out of Obito, and this is a mental nerfed Obito at that.
Hey, hold on. Quick question. If Boruto was in the war, let's replace damn, I don't want to replace Naruto. You know what? Let's replace Naruto, because if we replace anybody else, Boruto and Naruto, the war is over. Like, there's no Kaguya, there's no nothing. Like, instead of Kaguya getting sealed, she just dies. Like, insanely bad. So let's replace Naruto with Boruto. How does the war go? I'm talking about the whole war, by the way. So like, that's from Gaara's speech all the way to Black Zetsu putting a hole in Madara's chest. I'm not even trying to glaze, but Madara doesn't even make it out the desert, bro. I'm not gonna cap. He doesn't make it out the desert. He doesn't even regroup with Obito. And Obito doesn't get to take off his mask. Let's just keep going, bro, because I'm pretty sure all y'all know this.
We know Obito's mental state is worsening because the sword of Nunuboko happened to break, and that sword reflects Obito's mental state. Albeit this was a much smaller number of shinobi than the entire alliance was made up of, because their numbers had dwindled over the couple of days that the war had been taking place. But at the same time,
that would have been a better video. Damn.
Naruto's Kurama cloak,
yeah,
and Naruto's
replacing Naruto with Boruto in the war. That would be crazy.
Out of Obito.
That's a W video idea. Hold on.
Amp that these Nine Tails cloaks give the rest of the cast. Kakashi mentioned that earlier he had gotten a 3 times boost from it, and Naruto managed to give him an even stronger cloak than that. And then after refilling all their chakra again, Naruto gave them an even stronger cloak than that. So
I don't think Boruto could pull off a feat like this. Cause a feat like this, I mean, come on. We all know that Boruto does not have the chakra pool that Naruto has. Him being able to do this I think it's an accomplishment that Naruto's gonna stay with. But at the same time, Boruto wouldn't even need to do this, because he could probably burden all of the struggles himself, you know? But yeah, he probably wouldn't even need to do this.
Kakashi being a high level jonin, probably having much more chakra than the average shinobi. These shinobi, some of them are likely getting upwards of 3, maybe 4 times of an amp when it comes down to the last cloak that Naruto gave them. Obviously, Jubi Obito being this strong would make Jubi Madara even more impressive, considering he was stronger than him even just in his base Jubi Madara form, let alone getting one other Rinnegan and then the Rinne Sharingan on top of that, giving him the ability to cast the Infinite Tsukuyomi. But in this specific battle, this is obviously just going to add to the Naruto team's firepower this time, rather than working against them. They'll also have access to Kaguya, who is even stronger than Madara and is undoubtedly the heaviest hitter that they're going to have on their team in this fight against Boruto. So let's switch gears to talk about Boruto just a little bit.
So it's all of them versus Boruto. Okay, this video just got like 5 times more interesting. So you're having 6 Paths Naruto, Rinnegan Sasuke, Kaguya, 10 Tails Madara, and Obito, and the rest of the Shinobi Alliance versus Boruto. How does that sound, bro? How does that even sound? And mind you, we have not even seen what Boruto could do with his karma yet. Even if he didn't activate his karma, it's still gonna be fucking tough. Like, it's gonna be tough. I think he should put a limit on it, like no karma, because if he, you know, karma Boruto 100% Otsutsuki, like, ooh, that's tough. It kind of gets embarrassing at that point.
Boruto's new strongest jutsu, Rasengan Uzuheiko, is very powerful, but at the same time, it's also a single target jutsu. While Boruto should be able to put this jutsu on multiple people, he can only hit one person with it at a time is what I mean. It's not some giant AoE attack. The jutsu focuses more on internal destruction rather than external, sort of like the Gentle Fist. That being said though, there are at least 4 characters in the Narutoverse that should be able to resist this to at least some degree. That being Kaguya, Madara, Hashirama, and Obito.
Okay.
Kaguya should be able to resist it because she can absorb chakra through her entire body. That may be a Rinnegan ability, or it may be due to her Otsutsuki genetics, but regardless, she can absorb.
What's the case for Hashirama?
Her entire body. So the jutsu should be able to just be absorbed. Madara is the same. He should be able to absorb the jutsu using his Rinnegan.
Okay, absorb it.
Hashirama is a bit of a different story here.
Yeah, what's up with him?
He might be able to heal through it, but that's if you even think he'll get that far in the first place. There's a chance that
healing. We all know what makes Uzuheiko so broken. It's not because of the AP of the Rasengan. It's the side effects that's so annoying. And I'm gonna go as far to say we haven't even seen Uzuheiko at full power, because Boruto might have not even hit Code with all he got, since he wanted to interrogate him after. You see, even if he gets hit, he's still gonna have that side effect. Y'all all know the side effect, the rotation of the planet thing. I'm not gonna go over this again, but I want to know how he negates that. So you can heal your physical wound, you can heal it, but what about that side effect, which you literally can't fight no more if he hits you with it, unless he deactivates it himself. Like, if you get hit with that, how are you gonna get back into the fight? That's what makes Uzuheiko so dangerous. It's not about the AP, it's about that damn side effect that's so damn annoying. Even Boruto said you'll probably just be unalived over time if he doesn't deactivate it. So at that point, it's just a matter of time because your body can't withstand it. So Hashirama, I don't know. He could probably tank it, but he can't survive it, if that makes any sense.
When Boruto puts Uzuheiko in Hashirama's body, he just immediately collapses. And the last one is Obito, and it's for the exact same reason.
He probably would collapse,
Madara
yeah.
and Hashirama combined. He has the advanced healing from his Hashirama cells, and he has the Rinnegan. The immediate response to this is that Obito never actually uses the Rinnegan ability to absorb, so it's not very in character for him to do so. I disagree with this, and I think there's an example of him doing so in the manga itself. When he's up against Kakashi, or taking him away into the Kamui dimension to be more specific, Kakashi has this cloak on him of Kurama's chakra, yet when they spawn in Kamui's dimension after Obito puts his hand on him, Kakashi no longer has the cloak. The only way the cloak could have dissipated is by Obito absorbing it, because one scene he has it, the next scene he doesn't. You could potentially argue that both Hagoromo and Sasuke, since they have access to the Rinnegan, could resist Uzuheiko as well by absorbing it. I personally don't think Hagoromo would get hurt by the jutsu because Hagoromo is just...
Here's the thing though, what happens if you absorb Uzuheiko? That's the thing about it. All right, you're absorbing it into your body, right? Say you do absorb it. Shouldn't it be dangerous for somebody to absorb it? Now I'm just thinking about it, right? And I could be wrong, but shouldn't it be dangerous to absorb something like that has that much rotational force? Or is it just the chakra itself? Answer that in the comment section. Do you think Boruto made that jutsu because he anticipated someone trying to absorb it? Because you gotta think, he's going up against Kawaki, who can absorb jutsu, any potential threats that can absorb jutsu. Would you think he would try to develop a jutsu that countered jutsu absorption? Now I'm just talking, I'm just chatting, bro. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section.
Just a chakra ghost. Sasuke would, and Sasuke should be able to resist it. Naruto is sort of in the same boat with Hashirama, where he may be able to heal through it, although his healing is much less severe than Hashirama's, so his chance of healing through it is a lot less likely than Hashirama's is. Pain or Nagato is the last user of the Rinnegan you would expect to be able to do something like this, but realistically, Pain or Nagato would just simply keel over if ever hit by Uzuheiko.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
Durability on the level of any other people I've mentioned so far. And Nagato, while he is tough, isn't realistically coming out on top. If
Uzuheiko, it still got some good AP.
Just to be clear though,
come on,
all
now,
the
still got good AP.
Only have the chance of resisting Uzuheiko. The only one realistically who would be able to do so due to the high AP of the jutsu is Kaguya. This jutsu is something that was able to damage Code, who is stated stronger than Jigen, who is stronger than Naruto and Sasuke, and as I'm sure you can guess where I'm going with that, they should be stronger than Kaguya by this point. Kaguya is the only person who might be able to resist it and has the most realistic chance of doing so. Madara, Hashirama, Obito, Naruto, and Sasuke and Pain as well should all keel over if ever hit by it. Another move Boruto has learned recently is the Flying Raijin, and I just really wanted to quickly talk about his Flying Raijin versus Minato and Tobirama's. His versus Minato's is really no debate. We know who's better with the jutsu. It's stated that Minato handles Flying Raijin to perfection. Boruto himself admits that Minato is better than him at the jutsu. Probably knowledge he got from the Sage Toads or something like that, since we do know he's been talking to Kashin Koji. Him versus Tobirama's Flying Raijin is a bit different. I would say Tobirama's Flying Raijin is probably a bit better than Boruto's. It seems to take Boruto a little bit of time to gather the chakra in order to teleport.
But how long ago do y'all think Boruto tried to learn Flying Thunder God? How long did it take Minato to learn it? I think Boruto has been working on it for like maybe a year or two right now, but he still isn't as good as Minato and Tobirama. I'm gonna give him that, yeah. So when it comes to pure speed, I'ma still have to give it to Minato for right now. But the thing is, that's in base. I'm pretty sure if Boruto activates his karma, which buffs all his physical attributes, what are we talking about right now? You know, he could probably be on par, if not surpass Minato's speed with the karma's help. But I don't know if we're talking about base or karma right now. So yeah.
However, he is teleporting to a complete other dimension, which is something we've never seen Tobirama do. So maybe it would take Tobirama longer to actually gather and need the chakra.
It could work though. They never tried it. They never tried.
To be fair to Boruto,
it probably could work.
Next time we see him use the jutsu against the Bug 10 Tails clone, he does do it without needing to gather any chakra. So it is possible in the future, since he has only used it 1 to 2 times at this point, that we'll get to see much and much better showings of Flying Raijin from Boruto. But right now, he just doesn't have it, and I would say that their Flying Raijin is better than his. After all, it is the guy who created it versus the guy who completely mastered it. A very interesting discussion though, since this is a versus battle, would be if Boruto could connect to the seals of Tobirama and Minato in order to teleport where they're going to go, or maybe get the jump on.
Nah, that would be an interesting battle, bro. Minato and Tobirama versus Boruto, like a Flying Raijin battle.
It's definitely something that he could do in order to get around the battlefield. Minato in character likes to spread tons of kunai around the battlefield, so it could help Boruto just maneuver that way. But it's also possible that Tobirama and Minato could connect to Boruto's seals and sort of flip things on him. The Naruto verse, even though Boruto is much stronger than all of them, they do have their star players or techniques that can negate their ability to help them try to pull a win on Boruto. This could potentially bring up problems in the future, but for now, the Naruto versus star players are Deidara because of C4, Kakashi because of Kamui, Naruto because of Frog Strike, Madara with Infinite Tsukuyomi, Hashirama and his Poison Flowers, and Itachi with Tsukuyomi. So we'll start with
that's fair. That's fair.
One by one, and we'll start with Deidara C4. Deidara C4, in case you need your memory jogged a little bit, is when he summons the gigantic Deidara that seems to misfire. But what it actually does is put tiny microscopic cellular bombs in the air that when you inhale, they destroy your cells and eventually eradicate you.
I was afraid of this because this is Deidara's biggest move. Low key, if Boruto really wanted to, let's just be fair. Let's just be the most dickheads of dickheads, right? If Boruto seen him about to blow up, just go to a different dimension. Wait till he blows up and then that's it. Since Boruto could see through dimensions, or let's say he uses his JOUGAN to see through dimensions, right? He could probably just see when Deidara blows up and just comes back, or just not come back at all. And since he has Flying Raijin, it wouldn't work because he could probably get away from the explosion or the explosion radius. So I could see Boruto escaping C4 anyway. So I mean, it's no diff. It's negative diff.
These bombs are generally seen as this one-shot hyper ability, but I want to bring up something that I think is interesting coming from the 5 Kage Summit with Sasuke. Sasuke, when he's using his Susanoo, mentions how every cell in his body hurts. Now, this could of course be a hyperbolic statement, him just saying that his body hurts, but him saying that every cell in his body hurts implies that his cells have some level of durability, which is just natural, of course. So Deidara's bombs need to have some level of AP in order to destroy these specific cells. Boruto's cells in this case, and to say that Deidara's bombs could damage Boruto's cells at this point would be a fairly weak claim on my end because I have no way to prove that he could actually damage Boruto's cells. On the flip side, it'd be pretty hard to prove
avoiding
that Boruto's cells could just tank the C4 explosions. After all, we do know that these shinobi enhance their body with chakra, but we don't know if it's down to a cellular level. If you imagine the chakra enhancements like putting armor over your body, putting a suit of armor over your body, or in this case a chakra cloak, would be different than going down to the cellular level and reinforcing every cell with chakra, if you get what I mean.
And how much points does he get for just being 100% Otsutsuki anyway? I mean, we probably don't know if his cells get some kind of buff just because he is an Otsutsuki, but you would probably think his body is more durable just because of that. So even if he did get hit with C4, it probably wouldn't just destroy him because he's not normal. He's not a normal human anyway. But since there's no proof of this, I don't know. I'm just going on pure speculation.
For this though, Boruto should be able to sense this jutsu and just completely move away from it.
Exactly.
Not to mention the massive collateral damage this will do if Boruto does actually avoid it. It would take out a massive chunk of the Naruto verse at this point. Deidara is a very strong character. So if anything, this would just end up making it even easier for Boruto to beat everybody.
He just dodged it.
Kakashi with Kamui could actually have a fair shot depending on how you want to interpret a few things. In Dead Book 3, it is stated that Kakashi's Kamui cannot be defended against, meaning you cannot dodge it, you cannot outrun it, you cannot reinforce your body. If he targets you, he's going to warp space and throw that body part into the Kamui dimension. This really only presents a problem for Boruto if his head gets sniped off. With Boruto being a sensory ninja and having the ability to sense, it's possible he can sense the chakra buildup in Kakashi's eye and slash his head off before that even gets a chance of happening. But with Boruto having to fight
look, I promise you, and I'm not even trying to be a dickhead. Like, if you give Boruto the JOUGAN, he's seeing all of this before it even happens. But since, like, okay, JOUGAN's not in the manga, let's just not give him the JOUGAN at all. Because if we do, it's just not fair. Like, Data or C4, it gets negated before he even starts it. Kamui, the same thing. With Flying Raijin, I just don't see how Kakashi is able to hit Boruto. We're not gonna sit here and say he can hit Minato with Kamui, because he's too fast. Same thing with Boruto at this point. His head is not getting sniped off. The most you'll probably get if you're lucky is maybe an arm. But as we know in Naruto, like, what's an arm, bro? Data is fighting without an arm, Sasuke's fighting without an arm. Come on. And how many times could Kakashi do this? Like, once or twice? I forgot though. It was something on how much Kakashi could do this before he just, you know, KOs. So the chances he has to actually pull this off is slim.
So many shinobi and teleporting shinobi being on the battlefield like Minato and Tobirama, like I said prior, this jutsu does present a genuine threat for Boruto. However, I do think Boruto is fast and strong enough so where Kakashi should never actually be able to get that perfect shot on him with Kamui in order to teleport his head into the dimension.
Yeah.
Because realistically, that's the only one that's going to do major damage and take Boruto out. Warping his body in any way, meaning his legs or arms, isn't going to put Boruto down for good and will just, if anything, make Boruto turn up the heat and get things done faster. You're probably wondering why I didn't bring up Obito's Kamui, and that's because Obito's Kamui is sort of useless here. If he sucks Boruto into the Kamui dimension, since Boruto has shown the ability to move with Flying Raijin across dimensions, it should be possible.
Yeah, it's no point.
Back
it's no point to take him to the Kamui dimension.
Not the one-shot technique that it is in most other versus battle. On the flip side though, Boruto shouldn't be able to BFR Obito using his time-space portals because Obito should just be able to teleport back to the real world, and the same goes for Kakashi. If Boruto teleports Kakashi to another world, Kakashi should be able to enter the Kamui dimension using his eye like he did prior, and then teleport out of the Kamui dimension back to Earth. These last four are fairly simple.
Okay, so dimension talk is useless here.
Naruto's frog strike hits the insides, and that's something you cannot train. At least in the ninja world, you can't train that. There might be
frog
an argument that OTSUTSUKI can do so, and if that's the case, Boruto should be able to do so. But as far as we know, Boruto can't do that. So Naruto's frog strike, if he happens to land one, should be able to do some decent damage because it actually damages your insides rather than your outside. Madara's infinite Tsukuyomi is another gamble. If Boruto actually just teleports out of the dimension while it's happening, then it's obviously not going to land on him, but everyone else in the Naruto verse is going to get covered and he's not going to have to fight all of those people. It's another one of those things that could possibly end up backfiring. Hashirama's poison flowers are another bit of a weird thing because if everyone inhales the poison and Boruto can again just teleport away, then it's not like this is going to do much in the way of taking down Boruto.
Poison flowers. Okay. Can you poison an OTSUTSUKI? I'm pretty sure their immune systems is insane. You would probably need god levels amount of poison to even come close to poisoning one. Even if he did breathe this in, it probably wouldn't even be enough to have any noticeable effects on him. Poison talk in Boruto. We're talking poison. You know, poison gotta be like the easiest hack to overcome. Because if there's anything I learned, bro, the stronger you are, the more durability and the more immune your body is to poison. So even if this did land, you would probably need immense amounts of poison to even weaken Boruto to the point where you can just, you know, catch him off guard or something. Well, what do y'all think?
To be fair though, if Boruto happens to inhale the poison, we have absolutely no proof that Boruto would be able to resist it, and it would probably put him down using that logic. If you want to say that Boruto is just so strong that this poison wouldn't matter,
yeah,
be my guest.
I'm gonna say that
he would probably just teleport away. It's not
okay,
like
and he could do that too.
To miss. The big flowers cover almost the entire battlefield, so he should be able to notice and just get out of there. Last but not least is Itachi's Tsukuyomi. This is one that if it lands on Boruto should be able to do serious damage to him. Boruto at this point has not shown the ability to turn on his JOUGAN eye, and even then we don't know its resistances to Genjutsu. So if Itachi can land Tsukuyomi on Boruto, assuming that there is no flex out of the Genjutsu.
The only thing is, if he did activate his JOUGAN, he could probably see Itachi gathering chakra into his eye, and then either end the fight instantly right there, or just move away. But in most cases, this would only work on Boruto in base. Like if he had the Karma activated, or even like True Essence Boruto, or let's just keep it simple, Borushiki, this wouldn't work on him. Genjutsu probably wouldn't work. So that's why I was kind of confused. If we was talking about like if Boruto was going all out, there'd probably be no case for him. But if we're talking strictly Boruto in base, then you would have a case, but you would still have to hit him with it, and that's gonna be a very hard feat. So I don't know what case Itachi has here. Tsukuyomi gotta be his like best bet right here, because if not, then what does he have? I'm surprised he didn't talk about Izanami though. But at the same time, Izanami is like a form of Genjutsu, so I guess the same rules apply.
Jutsu chakra hacks we don't know about. Boruto might be cooked. There's nothing that should imply Boruto's mental state is far above everyone else's, meaning that if Itachi puts him under Tsukuyomi for upwards of, I don't know, maybe 5 years, it should fry his brain the same way it would fry any other human.
5 years is crazy,
just
bro.
Again runs into the same problem as most of the rest of the verse, where he can't really land this on Boruto because he's not fast enough. The last thing I want to touch on here, I've already sort of touched on it before, is just the downside of teamwork. Even though Kaguya is on the same side as the rest of the Naruto verse in this specific example, you can't be expecting her to care about the casualties of random people on the shinobi side while she's fighting someone like Boruto. They are the two big powerhouses here. Naruto, Sasuke, and Madara should obviously be somewhere around this realm of power, not getting one shot. But when Kaguya switches the dimension to the lava dimension, a lot of other people are just going to get wiped out. Since they have this giant team full of people who likely don't care for a lot of their teammates' lives, a lot of casualties are going to happen just within this team itself. All in all though, Boruto should be able to take down the entire Naruto verse.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But I'm pretty sure we already knew that, man. I'm pretty sure we already knew that. Even the guys with the most insane hacks, Boruto could probably just find a way around it. Either just teleporting through dimensions, or blitzing them with flying Raijin, or just hitting them with Uzuheiko. We don't even know all of his new attacks. That's the crazy part. He can whip out something next chapter. Well, I don't think there's gonna be much fighting next chapter, but that's not the point. He could whip something out in the next like 5 chapters or so. It's like, damn, he really does squash all these guys. Like, it's not even close. Like, I'm not even trying to glaze. It's just like, if you can't like shift through dimensions easily, if you don't have every end game ability plus some OTSUTSUKI levels of power, it's just gonna be tough. Like, talking Itachi versus him, or if you're gonna go Kakashi, it's just useless, because this man, he just went to Deidara too. Like, oh man, you just gotta put end game characters like Naruto, Sasuke, Madara. Now, I'm not even gonna say Obito can handle it. Oh, I'm gonna leave Obito out of this. And then Kaguya. You have those guys working together and just say, forget the rest. Then that would be a real battle. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this video. Who do you think could give Boruto the most challenge out the Shippuden verse? And let me know why in the comment section below. Let me know what I need to react to next. But without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And like I said, Six's channel will be down below in the description. So if you want to check him out, go right ahead. And I'm out. Peace.